Good evening and welcome to the KISS TV election news updates. Coming up in this bulletin. Voting has ended, counting is underway across the country. We already have some results streaming in of the various candidates in this election. And finally, IEBC announces that Kakamega and Mombasa counties will have their governor elections on August 23rd. Stay tuned. A very warm welcome to you. Voting has officially ended across the country with counting underway in various polling stations as at 8:30 p.m. with 32,554 votes counted so far. Azimio presidential candidate Raila Odinga had 16,659. Kenya Kwanza candidate William Ruto had 15,730 votes. Roots Party candidate George Wajackoyah had 110 votes, while Agano Party candidate David Moore had garnered 55 votes. IEBC had placed voter turnout for this election as at over 12 million voters, equating to 56.17% as of 4 p.m. IEBC said the number is exclusive of those identified by the manual register. Governor elections in Kakamega and Mombasa counties will be held on August 23rd. The elections were suspended alongside parliamentary polls in Kacheliba and Pokot South constituencies over ballot mix-ups. IEBC chairperson Wafula Chebukati said on Monday ballots for those elective seats had the wrong images of candidates and their details. IEBC Commissioner Francis Wanderi said today that the elections would also be held in Kitui Rural and Rongai in Nakuru County. He, however, said voters in Eldas should prepare to vote on Wednesday, August 10th, starting at 6 a.m. As of close of voting at 5 p.m., Wanderi said over 12 million Kenyans had been captured on the KIEMS kits as having voted.
Elections for the gubernatorial seat, Kakamega County, gubernatorial seat, Mombasa County, Kacheliba constituency, member of National Assembly, Pokot South constituency, member of National Assembly. Elections have been suspended for those 4 elective positions, and the date will be announced through a Gazette notice.
All 4 presidential candidates in this year's election cast their votes at their respective polling centres earlier today. The first to vote at 6 a.m. was UDA's William Ruto, who voted at Kosache Primary School in Taribo constituency. The second to vote was Agano Party candidate David Moore at Upper Hill Primary, followed by Azimio candidate Raila Odinga, who cast his vote at around 10:30 a.m. at Kibera Primary School. Roots Party presidential candidate George Wajackoyah initially had failed to cast his vote after the KIEMS kit failed to identify him at 10:10 a.m. He later managed to vote at about 1 p.m. 3 bodyguards attached to Teso North MP Oku Kaunya were among 5 people arrested and detained today following fracas that occurred at Mwari Primary School in the constituency. The MP, who spoke to the press at 3 p.m, denied claims that the bodyguards, alongside 2 other people arrested, had been deployed at Mwari to bribe voters in a bid to beat his opponent, Lawi Mamai. Mamai is Kaunya's main challenger in this year's parliamentary elections in Teso North. The fracas happened about 100 meters away from Mamai's home in Mwari and outside the Mwari Primary School polling centre. Mombasa Governor Hassan Joho and former Nairobi Governor Mike Sonko clashed at a polling station today when the voting exercise was coming to an end. The two are moving around inspecting the voting process when they differed after they met at Marycliff Primary School polling station. Police intervened before the clash could escalate any further. Sonko and his would-be running mate Alimbogo came to Marycliff after they bailed out on Ruta UDA aspirant for MP Omar Shalo, who was detained at Makupa police station. And finally, Kikuyu Member of Parliament Kimani Ichung'wah has accused the government of bribing voters. Speaking at Kikuyu Township Primary, the UDA candidate said that the process was smooth despite an attempt by some leaders to bribe voters. He said that the UDA team is well connected and has enough information on alleged plans to rig the elections. He further claimed that the government is behind the scheme to slow the speed of KIM's kits so that they can resort to the manual register. Ichung'wah further said that they have raised the issue with IEBC.
The public are very peaceful and voting peacefully, despite numerous attempts at bribing voters, principally by administrators. There has also been incidences of harassment of our agents. There were a number of stations where initially they had declined to admit our agents, but eventually, after the intervention of the RO, they were able to admit our agents.
Indeed, thank you for joining us throughout the day for our elections updates. We begin again tomorrow. Do stay with us. My name is Susan Kimashe. This is KISS TV's Election News Updates.